hardwood nails on the bottom. The sheetrock is hung with regular nails, and then galvanized screws are used on top of that. As we come in here, you'll notice this room is almost completely sheetrock, and the sheetrock is cut very close to the outlet. There is no extra space, so we're not going to have to worry about trying to get oversized plates or having excess space between the plate and the drywall once it's finished off. As we go in here, you'll again notice there's spray paint on the floor. And as we talked about in the last video, they have hung speaker wire along the side to come out where my flush mount TV is going to hang. They put the 2x4s to mount the television on once they're finished, and they're going to be placing an outlet here to actually plug my television into, and the speaker wire will run out where it's supposed to. And you can notice more spray paint on the floor here, marking outlet, telephone, cable, and
Hi, I'm Amy Abrams again with my video diary on March 1st. 2008. This is the same day as the last video, although as you will see throughout the video, there has been a tremendous amount of progress, so it warranted 2 videos in one day. Lots of sheetrock up, and we did have one hitch this morning as my contractor was on site. We noticed that as the drywall was trying to be hung, the HVAC was actually hanging down here and was preventing the ceiling from going up. But instead of delaying progress a day or an hour or however long, it didn't delay at all. My contractor got in touch with her folks. Her folks have come and gone. The problem's been fixed. And we're moving right along. So no delay, because my contractor is on site on a regular basis, able to get in touch with her all the time, them all the time, and they can get in touch with their people all the time. So it just makes the progress flow much quicker than any other that you might expect. As you can see, drywall in the rooms. Drywall in the rooms over here, the bedroom's drywall. We also have another very important thing with this contract that I have received a book from my contractor that includes the original contract that I signed, as well as a number of exhibits that are great to see beforehand, but really play an important role after the contractor leaves. So when my contractor leaves, I will be able to locate all of the things that are important to me, such as the gas line. If I were to ever have any issues, I wouldn't have to be just banging down drywall to find where my gas line is. On this exhibit, it's noted exactly where it is. It's located 41 inches from this wall and 9 inches from the ceiling. So I'll just make a small hole and be able to add a line or fix a line if necessary without having to worry about not knowing. If I could also turn it off if necessary without knowing where it was. I would just be searching endlessly with no information. Another great thing with this contractor has been that the original contract we have stuck to exactly. I write checks off of this contract. There's been no upcharges, no changes, no oops, I forgot something. It's all been clear, all up front. I pay a check when the work is done in stages, and I know ahead of time how much is going to be needed and when, and I wrote the checks, then I give them to her when the work's done. Very easy, very simple to follow, very informed. Another great thing about this contractor has been the forethought that is placed on the stages of the process. For instance, as we're hanging drywall, instead of waiting until, okay, and now it's time to paint, let's go get the colors, 3 days or 2 days, whatever, ahead of time, my contractor went out and tried to pick up the colors that were chosen by my decorator. However, when they got there, they were informed that my decorator had used a Duron fan deck, which is no longer available. So we were able to duplicate those colors by going to Duron, and they had an old fan deck. But instead of delaying the process when I'm actually sitting waiting on paint, this was all done ahead of time. So we have not slowed the progress. We were able to get the colors that I wanted, and in a necessary time frame. So we're also looking at finishing up this sheetrock here. We'll probably be done today with that. Just amazing progress. And that's it. The entire process ended very well. I didn't feel like while I was away things weren't happening right. We had some issues along the way. It didn't run very smoothly all the time, but that's just construction. But in the end, the contractor did everything that she said she was going to do, went above and beyond. Even after the last payment was made, she has still come out and helped with, doing touch-ups that I didn't even ask for. They just said, these really need to be done. So they came back out after the last payment. Like I said in the first video, the contractors would come out with one price or email me one price, and then when they get out here, it was $10,000 or $15,000 more. That contractor didn't do this through the whole process. Any issues that were happening were handled by the contractor. The entire process ended very well. I didn't feel like while I was away, things weren't happening right. We had some issues along the way. It didn't run very smoothly all the time, but that's just construction. But in the end, the contractor did everything that she said she was going to do, went above and beyond. Even after the last payment was made, she has still come out and helped with, doing touch-ups that I didn't even ask for. They just said, these really need to be done. So they came back out after the last payment. Like I said in the first video, the contractors would come out with one price or email me one price, and then when they get out here, it was $10,000 or $15,000 more. That contractor didn't do this through the whole process. Any issues that were happening were handled by the contractor. And we're still, as you notice, without shower door, and that's because that very same thing happened. So the contractor's working with me on that as well to help get a shower door in the price range that she knows is appropriate. Very pleased with the finishing of the basement, and as you can tell, I even have money left over to buy some new furniture. So we were very excited.